Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, April 9th, and we are going to take a test today. I just wanted to review the review with you and then introduce the test to you, kind of go over the directions, and that way you'll be off. Just a reminder that we're now just getting four of the days are going to be work days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is going to be more for catch up, reassessment if necessary, relearning, anything like that. So don't expect anything new tomorrow. I haven't set a due date on this. I probably Tuesday of next week, I think, would be fair. So you'll have obviously today to work on it, and then any other time that you need. I don't think it's going to be it's going to take you too long, but you'll see the test in just a second. All right, so let's jump to the what I wanted to, which was the test prep here. So if we take a look, the crossword puzzle was here. I mean, I don't think there were too many ones that could be too cumbersome, but we'll take a look at that in a second. Questions abound about the text messages, which can be a little bit tricky. I mean, you're only looking at a few characters to describe who people are. But if you were curious on these ones and wanted to check your work, the two people speaking here would be Thomas Jefferson on the right and Meriwether Lewis on the left. So Meriwether Lewis, when they talk about Clark, obviously that's Lewis and Clark, and then the person who was president at the time of Louisiana Purchase was Thomas Jefferson. So that one was A. Person for B, the person on the left would be Andrew Jackson. You can see him here on an old style $20 bill. I'm talking about his victory at New Orleans. And then the one who also was victorious during the War of 1812, but actually fought in a battle that took place during the parameters of the war, would be Oliver Hazard Perry. So to the left would be Andrew Jackson, and to the right would be Oliver Hazard Perry, both military leaders of the American side during the War of 1812. Here, well, hint up top obviously would be John Adams. So John Adams is on the left, talking about the Sedition Acts and how if you would to say anything harmful about the government, then that could result in jail time. That affected some politicians, but especially newspaper editors. And to the right, the person who was severely criticized for the Embargo Act of 1807 would be Thomas Jefferson. So to the left, John Adams; to the right, Thomas Jefferson. Another one, this one's ridiculous, but to the left, that would be Sam Houston, right? Remember, the Alamo was a rallying cry. And then he did lead the Texan military to victory, so that'd be Sam Houston. And to the right is going to be Santa Anna, who is the president and general of Mexico, both during the Texas Revolution and during the Mexican American War. And then Shawnee Chief, well, that should be a big hint for you. That would be Tecumseh, would be on the left. And on the right would be the Monroe Doctrine. When they talked about the doctrine, that should be a hint for you here. And just the sort of tongue-in-cheek language of it. We want European countries to stay on their own side of the world. We do not want them to interfere with America as well. From Tecumseh's perspective, that would be a very ironic statement. And then some ridiculousness. As you can see, I made some memes here. So I think these would probably make sense for you. Well, maybe the one on the right, the one with Buzz and Woody there, that died at the Alamo, because the Alamo was a battle, but it was not a victory for the Texans. Not everybody died, but they left a few to kind of tell the tale. But mostly everybody died at the Alamo. Some pretty, and people like Davy Crockett. I mean, that's a famous name from history. There were TV shows about him in the 1950s. Anyway, I'm going on too long. So anyway, I think the last one's actually kind of funny. Lewis and Clark. Anyway, all right. Going back, let's take a look at the test here. It is much like tests we've taken before. It's actually probably a little bit shorter than some other ones if it was on paper, but I don't want to. I don't know. just trying to be fair to what you guys are having to go through and having to learn. So it might be a little bit shorter than some of the other ones that we have. In fact, I know it is. Please highlight your answers with regard to multiple choice. There are, I believe, 14 multiple choice questions. And then I also want you, anytime you have to write a longer written response where you see the 3 asterisks, also highlight the answers that you have typed. Now, it might seem like it's a lot of yellow or whatever color you choose. That's probably so, but don't worry about it. When you're done, submit it, because it'll just help me as I grade these to differentiate your typing from my typing. So, if you don't like the harsh yellow color, then choose some sort of, lavender or something. But once you get beyond the multiple choice questions, there's one, number 15, asks you to complete an analogy. So in here is where your answer would be for that. Number 16, how did the Monroe Doctrine help the United States achieve manifest destiny? So taking really 2 big parts of our unit, those two ideas, and merging them together. I would anticipate that would be a little bit of a longer answer. Number 17, you're going to have to talk about that border dispute between Mexico and the United States prior to the Mexican-American War. So explain that a little bit. And then 18 and 19, that finishes it off. So 18 goes back to the War of 1812, and 19 again talks about the Monroe Doctrine, but now I want you to look at that idea of perspective, which we've talked about several times in here. So I hope that you'll have good, full responses, complete sentences. It's not terribly long, so please put your effort and what you know, right? This idea of showcasing what you know into what the questions that I provide here. I feel like there was something else I want to say, but if it is, I will send it as part of the posting. All right. Good luck, everybody, and enjoy your next few days.